Good morning and welcome to the Halftime U Sports Network. My name is Eric Brown. I'm your host here with my co-host,
Eric Fortner.
All right. How's everybody doing out there? We got a special show today.
We got a special show.
It's going to be fantastic. So now on our next show, we are going to be highlighting an amazing young man, a football star, Trey Lawrence. But for this show, it's going to be all about Eric's favorite subject in the whole wide world, which is hockey.
Ice hockey.
Ice hockey, man.
Doesn't get any better than that.
So we've got our team, our folks over at the Cooler here in Georgia. This broadcast is brought to you by Strong Performance Chiropractic. Some wonderful doctors over there can make you feel really good. We're about to go to the Cooler, to the ice, and see what's going on right now. So, Eric, what's in store for us today? Are they playing a game? Are they doing kind of an exhibition?
So,
what are we looking at?
So, we're looking at a 4-day hockey camp at the Cooler.
All right.
And we're taking some young individuals. Sports Performance Chiropractic, Strong Performance Chiropractic is actually volunteering their time to come out here, work with these youths, and show them the game of hockey. Absolutely grew up playing hockey my whole life.
Yeah.
Absolutely love the game, the intensity of it, the speed. So the intensity, the speed of it, absolutely wonderful.
Yeah.
Just love the whole energy of the game.
Fantastic.
Grew up watching it, playing it, loving it.
And now for all those out there that think hockey is just a super dangerous game, and when you get to be our age, you're going to be rolling around in a wheelchair, he is living proof that is just not the case. Okay. He's got all his arms and legs. And,
all my teeth.
You're right. All his teeth. He walks on his own capacity. So that's a very good thing. And now the folks who are the folks at Strong Performance who are putting on this camp are two very special ladies. Why don't you tell us a little bit more about Sam and Nellie?
So Sam Menton, Dr. Sam Menton, she would be one of the owners over at Strong Performance Chiropractic, and her and Dr. Nellie Poulin are the two who kind of get this all together. I met them about 6 years ago. Very great friendship. I was actually a patient of theirs, got great results. And over time, of course, we kind of built our relationships, got into kind of how they love hockey so much. And, working with Wiseman has kind of given us the opportunity to reach out and do some things with those. But, a little background on Dr. Menton. Dr. Menton grew up in Chicago, very young age, fell in love with hockey. And over time through college, came out of college, got some opportunity coaching, working with some under U18, U14 teams. USA Hockey approached her, came back out. They were able to go over to Finland and start a whole program with these under 18 kids. So she started that whole thing and, obviously came back to the United States, and now she works with some of these guys doing some programs.
I mean, that is fantastic. And now I remember the day you told me to go see them.
That's right.
He said, hey, you're having trouble with your neck, and I got a lady hit me. So I really had a lot of trouble in my neck and shoulders. And he said, look, go see these young ladies at Strong Performance. And they're chiropractors. And instantly I'm like, I don't know about that, Eric. But he's like, go. And so I go. And instantly I'm feeling better. It's not just, it's not just the average chiropractor. I mean, they do a lot.
Technique.
They do.
Yes,
they do. They understand the body.
They understand the body, the fitness, the nutrition side of it. Yeah. They were telling you, hey, look, you're going to have surgery, Eric.
That's true.
And you came in here and says, I just can't go down that road.
Oh man. And I was in pain. I was like crawling around.
Yeah. And you said, I just can't go down that road. I said, hey, let's take a second opinion on this.
Yeah.
Just go see him. And see what
they did fantastic job.
Yeah, they're unbelievable.
In a short period of time, like a few months, I'm doing way better.
Real quick, if you don't mind, but Dr. Poulin, the other owner at Strong Performance, she went to Providence College. Just a quick recap on her, but went to Providence College. She kind of grew up more in the field hockey realm. And
I heard she was like a Division I athlete.
She went to Providence College. She was the team captain, and she was like the field hockey guru.
Yeah.
And over time, she just kind of transitioned over to that ice hockey thing. So, and now, of course, she's completely transitioned, and I don't think she plays any field hockey anymore, but she's completely dedicated to the ice hockey. And between the two young ladies, I mean, they are absolutely doing something incredible and fabulous for the community, and it's just wonderful.
I think that's a big part of it. It is the community. And listen, you know, I hear so much about the NHL and things and what's going on there, but you don't hear a lot about the youth and the amateur athletics when it comes to hockey. And I just think this is a really special thing that folks at Strong Performance are putting together, because it gives youth an opportunity to be highlighted on shows like Halftime Youth Sports Network, get some exposure, and really come together as a community. I just think it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, 100% agree.
So now, in just a few minutes, I think we're going to get out to the ice to see some action, right?
Right.
All right. So tell me, like, what's one of the greatest memories you have in your life playing hockey?
I'm going to actually go back a little bit before that.
Okay.
I can remember the first time I ever stepped foot on the ice. 5 years old. My father bought me a pair of hockey skates. My father grew up playing hockey as well and many other sports, but took me out. I grew up just south of Boston in Massachusetts. I remember going out to that ice the very first time, taking me out to the lake. I remember lacing up those little tiny skates and put on my feet. And I was like, how am I going to do this? I've never done this in my life. And it was something that almost came so natural to me that I remember skating behind him.
Yeah.
And, halfway through, he wasn't even holding my hand anymore. Skating on this open lake in a nice morning, frozen pond.
Yeah.
Just absolutely beautiful.
I tell you,
one of the greatest memories I've ever had.
Being a dad is probably one of the best jobs on planet Earth. I think if those who don't have that experience just hang out with a dad, you'll see all kinds of interesting things.
It's a very big sport in my house, and it was just that natural progression. I'm a contact sport kind of guy, so between hockey and football, it doesn't get any better than that to me. I enjoy all sports. Being a fan. Watching it, the whole 9 yards. But hockey, by all means, I think ranks up there as number one for me.
Okay,
the energy, the excitement, the speed, the skill. I think a lot of people forget what it's like, when you talk about these, professional athletes in any sport and what it takes to get to that level. You watch it on TV. I don't care if it's the hockey, the football, the baseball. They make it look so easy.
And everybody has their opinion. Yeah. Oh, you should have done this on that play. The coach should have done that. But get out there and give it a try.
Not easy at all. And we would like to see Mr. Brown out here. We're going to get him.
No, I don't think so. Listen, I play football, I play basketball, I play soccer. You're not going to catch me on some blades. Okay? It's not going to happen.
Yet to be seen.
I'm too old. You see all this white hair I've got, man? I'm too old to play ice hockey.
There's going to be a special edition of Halftime Youth Sports Network.
Can you see me out there, splatting on the ice?
We won't let you do that.
Listen, the ice is supposed to be white, not red. Okay, we don't let's see my blood splatter all over the place. This is a kid's show.
Absolutely.
Listen, I love you. Look, we're out on the ice now. It looks like they are. Tell me what's happening here. What are they doing?
During these hockey camps, they're really focusing on kind of honing in on their skills, their skating skills, their puck handling skills, their shooting skills. That's what they're really honing in on. So they've got these kids broken into some different groups. I know we can't see it all here at one time, but we got them broken into some different groups. Okay. And I think we have each group working on some different things. We can see them running some drills in the background, and it really looks like, from what we can see here, we're just working on some puck handling skills, some passing, some very essential keys in the game. But that's what they're really focusing on during these camps. They're not really running scrimmages and stuff like that. We're really kind of focusing on, the fundamentals of the game.
Sure.
Just to get to the level. I mean, these kids are skating without even thinking about it.
Yeah.
And I mean, they've been obviously doing it for some time. Then we have, of course, you put a stick in your hand, you tell you to dribble the puck down the ice, and you're going to go around people, and then you're going to shoot at a goalie, and you got to put it in the net. So multiple skills going on here at one time. Another reason why I just absolutely love the sport.
And now these are all skills that are and dare we call them hockey dogs, are just helping these kids develop and get ready for prime time, right?
Ready for prime time. And as I mentioned at the very beginning of the show, I would love to see some of these kids. They're out here at these camps. All these young, in fact, these are all young ladies out here today.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So all these young ladies out here have just as much chance of getting that collegiate scholarship as anybody from Division I boys school.
Yeah.
So
now that's a big part of what this is about. It's not just having fun out there. They've got some real opportunities to be able to go to college, play hockey, Absolutely. Get some scholarship money, and get ready for potentially, a professional or semi-pro league, right?
Absolutely. Real quick, just a quick statistic. This year the NHL alone has seen a 58% increase in women viewers alone. Now we're talking National Hockey League.
Yeah.
However, you look around a little bit and it's not hard to find. Youth women's hockey is the biggest growing segment in hockey right now.
That's what I hear.
So a lot of these young ladies been told their whole lives, when girls aren't supposed to do this, right? You're supposed here's a softball or here's some pom poms, go out and cheer.
Right.
Well, the times are changing.
The hockey dogs, and they are very nice people. They're very genuine. They want to help folks live better and heal their bodies, and they want to help these youths have a real chance at playing hockey. I just think that's absolutely amazing. You don't see that everywhere.
Truly amazing.
Yeah.
Very special individuals. And also Kristen Cardell is out there as well.
Well, I know how much you love hockey and being around the ice. It's probably cold in there though, isn't it?
It's not too bad.
I need
Light
tropical weather.
Yeah.
I need tropical weather. Can you teach me how to ice skate in 80-degree weather? I mean, that would be ideal for me.
You'd kind of be surprised, but they've done some outdoor games in Los Angeles at night and all that.
Have they?
Stuff.
Okay.
They have.
All right.
I don't know how the ice conditions turned out, but I wasn't there personally, but they have done some things out there like that.
Fantastic.
They're really trying to expand into the South. I mean, you've got NHL teams now, and I'm not going to say Los Angeles, but you got Los Angeles South, you got teams in Dallas, you got a team in Nashville, you got a team in Raleigh, North Carolina, you got 2 teams in Florida.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely not just a northern sport anymore.
Yeah.
Years ago, I don't know who, this name should ring home with everybody, but Wayne Gretzky, considered the great one, holds all the scoring records in the NHL, and I very doubt they'll ever be broken.
Yeah.
He brought that hockey, when they traded him from Edmonton to Los Angeles back in the late 80s, he started bringing that stuff southward. The Dallas team in Dallas, they used to be in Minnesota, so they got moved to Dallas. It goes to show you that they still have that fan base there.
Yeah.
Nashville was a new franchise. That Raleigh team, the one that's in Raleigh, the Carolina Hurricanes, they came out of Hartford, Connecticut. So, I mean, these teams do get moved around. Oh, sorry, I left out the Phoenix Coyotes.
Come on, how could you do
Arizona,
that?
I mean, they have an NHL team. Unfortunately, here in Atlanta.
Now, we lost our NHL.
We had 2 NHL teams. We had one. The Atlanta Flames back in the 70s.
And then we had the Thrashers.
And then we had the Atlanta Thrashers.
So what happened to the Thrashers?
Unfortunately, the first 5 years of the Thrashers being here, there was actually a pretty darn good fan base. And, I think they did very well.
Sure.
Over the time, the same people who owned the Thrashers, and I don't want to get myself into any trouble here talking on national networks or social media.
Right.
But over time, the same people who owned the Atlanta Hawks owned the Atlanta Thrashers.
Gotcha.
And the sporting group that owned that, I don't know where this came down to.
That's Arthur Blank.
No,
right?
Arthur Blank is Falcons.
He's Falcons. Okay,
Sorry.
I got you.
You're okay. You're getting it.
Yeah.
We're going to get you educated.
I appreciate that.
Anyways, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah. You're the expert, man. I'm just here to make everybody say, oh, man, that camera view looks beautiful.
Yeah,
that guy is handsome,
So, I think over the years, they lost a little bit of the view on the marketing and how to kind of promote the team and stuff like that. I don't know where they lost it from because the first 5-6 years of Thrashers were here. Great fan base, great turnout. They were making money. Everybody was happy. And we got NHL hockey. And unfortunately, there were some teams out there that were looking for some teams. Winnipeg, they ended up going back to Winnipeg. They're called the Winnipeg Jets now. Unfortunately, Winnipeg had an NHL team called the Winnipeg Jets, and they lost that team, and they went to Phoenix to become the Coyotes.
Yeah.
And so we lost our team, and now they turned them back into the Winnipeg Jets. So
how about that?
Different team, same name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Unfortunately, I'd love to see us get this thing all ramped up and geared up. And as crazy as this sounds, I would love to make a push at some point and see another NHL team back in Atlanta. And, if people like myself and, you'll become a fan too, just kind of hang out with me a little bit.
Listen, more. I'm already a fan, man. I'm just listening to what you're talking about, history, and it's exciting.
It's an exciting sport.
Especially when we look at the potential for amateur athletes like these young ladies here today, to be able to get in that spotlight the same way the NHL athletes are, and to make a name for themselves before they even get to college. I think that's an extraordinary aspect of the Halftime Youth Sports Network and what we're doing for young folks.
Yeah, it is. It's absolutely incredible. Yeah. And as I mentioned earlier, even on the women's level, there's a lot of Division 1, 2, 3 schools out there that still give out those scholarships to women's, youth hockey teams. So I would love to see some of this enthusiasm out of these young ladies out here today, being coached by these great, coaches, and being able to move that up and maybe carry it on over the next couple of years. And who knows, man, you got some scouts out here looking at these guys, and we're talking a whole different conversation. Maybe we have a young lady on here in the next couple of years with a scholarship to a Division I school.
That would be fantastic.
Would be incredible.
I think that would really highlight the intent and the spirit of the Halftime Youth Sports Network. We want to highlight these superheroes, these young folks who are going out and just working as hard as they can in showing unique and special skills. We know that there are a lot of folks in communities around America, and these young folks are doing a great job in their sport. They are professional athletes in the depths of their minds, and they deserve to be highlighted. That's part of what we want to do on a very, very large scale. So we appreciate everybody who's watching today, and this is just the beginning. How long did you play?
I played pretty much from the time I was about 10 years old all the way up into my early 40s. I'm a little bit older than that now. I still enjoy skating, working out with some people from time to time, but I think it's to the point, between my body, my knees, and they'll tell you, oh, we've got age groups for everybody.
Yeah,
and that is true.
I hear that all the time.
Amateur people out there, we've got age groups for everybody. Right. 30, 40, 50, 60, whatever.
Don't believe it, man.
I still like to stay in shape. I still like to skate, stuff like that, but I have not played, and it's been over 5 years. So, even if I got out here with these young ladies, they'd probably tear me up and make me look bad.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we're having a great time here. We're going to go ahead and cut to a commercial break, and we'll be back in just a few minutes.
What is a pandemic? A pandemic happens when there's a brand new flu virus that arises anywhere in the world. It can affect many, many people, cause serious illness, and spread from person to person. It also has national and worldwide impact. Unlike a hurricane, a tornado, or a natural disaster that might only affect a selected number of areas, a pandemic can affect the whole country and the whole world.
The world has changed, and we need empathy now more than ever. We know independent films and music connect us in a special way, so we're building 10,000 new theaters with cutting-edge technology and creating 450,000 jobs across the country. We're putting entertainers back to work now versus later and getting families safely back out to theaters. We've created a brand new industry, and we are just getting started.
All right, we're back. Welcome back to the Halftime Youth Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Brown, and
Eric Fordham.
All right, we're having a good time here. And I know what you guys are thinking. You're saying, oh, man, they are so good at what they do, but we're really not sportscasters. We're just filling in until we get the right people in place, but we're glad to do it because this is just a wonderful program and good cause.
Absolutely.
So today, if you're just joining, we are on the ice at the Cooler here in Georgia with Strong Performance Chiropractic. We've got our hockey docs out here, and they're taking some of these youths through a camp. They're doing some maneuvers, they're doing some training and getting them ready so that they are good to go for prime time. So Eric, you want to kind of fill whoever's just joining now, fill them in on what's going on out there.
Jason, you got a little footage. I can take a look at the ice.
There we go.
Oh, thank you. It looks like we're running some 2-on-2 drills here. It looks like we got a couple defensemen back here. They're like, this is hard, man.
Right. We're doing hard work here. Listen, I want to give a very special thanks to our producer, Jason Graddick, and his team. They're out at the Cooler getting these fantastic shots and footage for us, really highlighting the capabilities of our system. A lot of people don't know. We are the Wise Men Multimedia Company. This Halftime Youth Sports Network program is in conjunction with the public-private partnership with the Homeland Security Foundation of America. It's what makes this all possible. We're using our technology to broadcast. We call it television as a service. It gives us the opportunity to capture footage from all around the world, bring it into the studio, and have a fantastic show that's certainly television worthy. I would say, right?
Yeah. Like I said, I think you got a great program going on here. I think highlighting these, young individuals, giving them the opportunities to be exposed, broaden those horizons for them. So much, like I say, social media is such a big part of what we do now that I think it's great to broadcast over social media and really expose these young athletes.
I think so as well.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where you get a lot of exposure. We can, advertise this and really connect to a diverse population of not just fans and people watching, but recruiters and sponsors and folks who really want to rally behind these youths and give them a fighting chance.
Oh, this is nice right here.
Oh yeah,
another little favorite. You got the little U-type things over here where they can slide the puck either underneath or around it, and they got these. Once again, it's another stick handling skill.
Okay,
that these guys are using, and I'm telling you, this is not an easy one to do.
Yeah.
Again, these young ladies been skating for a little bit. You can sit there and take a look at them yesterday, and it's pretty impressive to watch how far they've come. And they're young. I mean, most of these kids are probably anywhere between 12 and 15 years old.
So now, about how long would you say it takes for you to get up the ice skating skill to be able to pick up a stick and be effective playing hockey?
I used to always say growing up, and my father was like this, he taught me this a long time ago. He's like, because I wanted to play hockey long before I could skate well enough. And I mean, it took a solid, when I say skating multiple times a week, a good year of skating. My father made me learn how to skate before I ever put a stick in my hand, simply just because that is the lowest fundamental that you have to master before you can. Because, once you put the stick in their hand, now you're asking your body and your mind to do two things at once.
Right.
So once that skating becomes, a thoughtless process, and you get out there, and then I got the stick.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, it was almost a full year before my father would let me get out there with a stick and a puck. And I mean, you messed around as a kid outside and stuff like that.
Sure.
But he was very adamant about, you got to learn how to master that skating, the starting off, the stopping, the cornering, the cutting, the crossing over, skating backwards, which is everybody's favorite. So a good year of that, maybe even close to a year.
And now, does that kind of make the difference in the game? Is it the folks the teams that are skating better, that are better in terms of the ice skates are going to have an advantage over those who are not? Is that how this thing works?
100%. I mean, like I say, the stick and the puck is one aspect of the game, but still to this day, you got those people that you look at and people say, wow, that guy can really skate, or wow, look at him. I mean, he's really fast. where, you know, he just kind of blows by everybody. So yeah, absolutely. The main fundamental of the game is the skating.
Yeah. So I loved roller skating when I was a kid.
God bless you.
I mean, I was just
that's not the fun one.
Listen, dancing and flipping around and spinning around in the roller ring, and I'm intimidated about the idea of putting on a pair of
Eric, if you can do everything
skates,
on the roller skates and you're dancing and flipping around,
you got 4 wheels.
Yeah, that's okay.
Not this little thin
you still
blade,
fell on
man.
roller skates too, right?
Oh, I fell all the time. Even when I got extremely skilled, I fell. But I think it's something psychological about being on a sheet of ice.
That's right.
Like I'm going to go through or something. Yeah.
And it might even hurt a little bit more, to be honest.
I think it would probably hurt more. Yes. Oh man, that's so you played. How many years did you play hockey?
I mean, I don't know the number.
You lost count.
From the time I was maybe like 8 until the time I was 45.
And in this span of decades, like how many times did you fall and have to go to the hospital?
I mean, you really want me to talk about that? We're trying to promote this stuff.
I know, right?
Yeah.
No, don't answer that question.
No, you don't want to answer that.
But all the pads and all that stuff, just like in football, you're going to, obviously there's some risk, but you still have protection on the ice, right?
There's quite a bit of protection. I mean, even the skates themselves are pretty well armored these days. They're made out of composite materials. You're not breaking a skate.
Yeah.
You know, at the end of the day, if you're breaking anything, it's what's in the skate, which is your foot.
Right.
You're not breaking the skate. Everything, once you get to the lower level, you got the shin pads that are all the way from the knees all the way down to your ankles.
Yeah.
And then granted, now, all this stuff I'm talking about offers probably about 98% protection. There's always those secret little spots that they just can't pad well enough.
Right.
And if the puck or a stick gets you in the right place,
you're going to feel it.
Whether you have padding there or not, you're going to feel it. The pants are extremely well padded all the way from front to rear. Obviously, you get up to the upper part of the body, and it's a light pair of shoulder pads that protects the upper bodies. A very, very heavy set of elbow pads, because when you do fall, obviously, if you're going to fall on something hard, you know, between the elbows and the knees and all those kinds of things, extremely well padded. And then everybody is familiar with, you got your gloves. You got to have the gloves, right?
Yeah. I figure gloves are
pretty high tech. Now, once again, the same thing with the gloves. You know, there's a couple areas on those gloves where you get hit the right way, or a stick catches you or something of that nature. It'll get you clinching pretty fast, and you could break something, thumb, whatever. So there's not some areas that you got to watch out for. Obviously, you got the helmet.
Right.
98% of all NHL players right now, they all wear at least eye protection.
Gotcha.
Nobody in the NHL wears a full cage, but up to the college level, you got to wear a full cage.
And now tell me about the goalie. The goalie seems to be a little bit more protected and padded up than everybody else. And I can't imagine why. You know, everyone just kind of shooting.
Real quick for some of our viewers. You know, at the NHL level, a slap shot, which is when you see him rear all the way back and smack it, can reach 100 miles an hour.
Wow.
Gotcha. But yeah, you know, the protections vary, but the goalies have a lot more protection. I mean, they're getting puck shot at them all the time.
Yeah.
Quick little tidbit, not to cut you off.
No, you're fine.
First goalie started wearing a mask. His name was Terry Sawchuk, and I'm telling you, this was all the way back in like the early 60s.
Yeah.
And when he did wear that mask for the first time, he was frowned upon by the rest of the league.
Really?
Because goalies used to not even wear a mask either. So they used to stand there and take shots. Anyways, but he was very frowned upon, and everybody thought he was kind of a little bit of a weenie for wearing a mask out there.
I bet they're not making fun of him now.
Nobody makes fun of him now. But he was the inventor of the goalie mask. And he was the first one to wear one, and that was up until the 60s.
That's a fascinating tidbit there, man.
And if we have just another second, if I can have another second.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people don't also know this. You know, the Stanley Cup is the trophy that you win at the end of the NHL season. The Stanley Cup is the oldest major sports trophy in U.S. history, and it dates all the way back into the late 1800s. So 1896 was handed out the first Stanley Cup, and that trumps anything from NFL, Major League Baseball World Series, NBA basketball. Nobody was handing out trophies back in 1896. So anyways, it's one of the oldest major sports trophies you could possibly win. So
that's awesome.
It is a pretty interesting fact.
Watching the Halftime Youth Sports Network, and we are live at the Cooler with Strong Performance Chiropractic, and they have an awesome hockey camp for young girls, and they're out here on the ice. We're just kind of checking them out, and in just a few minutes, we'll have an opportunity to talk to our hockey docs there. But right now, we're going to go ahead and cut to a commercial break and pay some bills.
So what makes SPC special, setting us apart from other practices, is for one thing, we focus on structure and function. We combine the two techniques, but we also correct functional compensations, imbalances in people's movement patterns.
At Strong Performance Chiropractic, we're most passionate about getting people strong. We talk about strong performance physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually.
Well, I was really fortunate to get connected at Strong Performance. In my early 40s, I was trying to hang on to playing the sports that I enjoyed. I just want to say that I'm really fortunate to get the kind of care, expertise to really live the active lifestyle that I want to at my age.
I can't say enough good things about these two doctors. They are much more than a chiropractor.
My body feels phenomenal every day, and I can't wait every time that I know I have an appointment to come in, because I know I'm going to feel great when I walk out.
The best perk at Strong Performance Chiropractic is our customizable membership plan. So our patients can choose a plan that is specific for their needs, their goals. And so we make something that's fit for you that is a monthly customizable plan.
So a couple tips that we could tell patients that would improve their experience are: one, don't skip the basics, and don't skip your home exercises that the docs prescribe to you. It's really important that you do the exercises that we give you, and we continue to make modifications and improvements and progressions to get you your strongest.
Welcome back to the Halftime Youth Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Brown, and I'm here with my co-host, Eric Fortnum. We're so happy to be here, guys. We're having a great day. We're live at the Cooler with Strong Performance Chiropractic. For those of you who are just watching, we're here and we're kind of highlighting this hockey camp that they're doing for young girls, for youth athletes here. And I think this is probably one of the most special shows that we've done for my co-host here, Eric Fortnum, because he absolutely loves hockey. That's what we've been talking about all morning long.
Yep. Love it.
All right. And so in just a few minutes, you're going to see him strap on all his gear and go into the Cooler himself and play against all these girls. It's going to be him against an entire group of young ladies.
Prepare myself.
You know?
No, that's really not going to happen.
And the mission there is he's going to have to dodge every hockey puck they shoot at him. You know?
Yeah.
I think he could do it.
No, I couldn't do it. You know, I've seen some of these young ladies play, and it's actually quite impressive.
Thank the hockey docs so much for this opportunity to showcase the work that they're doing in the community. I know we're going to talk to them in just a few minutes. I think while we're waiting for that interview to take place, tell me about some of your favorite NHL teams. Like who do you get most excited about, Eric?
I mean, I grew up 20 miles south of Boston, so we'll just say, the Boston Bruins, followed them all my life, no matter what's going on, no matter who's on the team, who's off the team, it doesn't matter. Bruins, 100%. Can't stop loving the Bruins. Like I said, no matter who's on the team, who's not the team. I'm always rooting. I always like to pick out myself a good Canadian team every year, because unfortunately the Canadians are responsible for starting hockey itself. I mean, the sport originated in that country. I mean, part of North America bled down, a long time ago. However, always pick a good Canadian team I like to kind of root for as well. And I kind of like to pick always a good underdog. So unfortunately the Stanley Cup playoffs is going on. Yeah. It's almost down to 2 teams.
Okay.
I'm just looking for some good hockey at this point.
So you're not picking a team. You don't have a favorite.
We've got Colorado that's in. Colorado actually used to be a Canadian team. Everybody It thinks, Colorado was a team forever. They started in the 90s. It used to be Quebec Nordiques, so they came out of Quebec. Unfortunately, Quebec does not have an NHL team anymore, so I kind of feel bad for them. However, they're in the Stanley Cup, and they're waiting to see. They're either going to play the New York Rangers or the Tampa Bay Lightning. So Tampa Bay Lightning, if they make it in, they have an opportunity. They've won the last 2 Stanley Cups. They could go they could three-peat. Can't tell you the last time it's ever happened in the game. I'd have to go to my hockey almanac to take a look at it. Unfortunately,
you have a hockey almanac. Wow.
I have a sports almanac. Everybody should have a sports almanac.
We're impressed.
So anyway,
I just want to say we're very impressed. Your knowledge of the sport overwhelms me.
Yeah,
you're a good man. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut. Take a break here. We're going to cut, and then we're going to get started again broadcasting so that we can get to our interviews, and we're certainly looking forward to it. Again, thanks so much for watching the Halftime Youth Sports Network. We'll see you again, and next time we're on, we're going to be checking out Trey and seeing what he's doing on the football field. Thank you so much for watching.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Welcome back to the Halftime Youth Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Brown.
And I'm your co-host, Eric Fortnum.
We're so glad to have you guys back with us. We've got a special treat for you. We're going to introduce our folks from Strong Performance. They're right here for an after, event interview. I'm going to turn it over to you, Eric, and let you introduce everybody.
Yep, they just completed a hockey camp out at the Cooler, and just the energy, the girls coming out, unbelievable. What they do with these kids, volunteering their time.
It's really special.
It's something really, really special here. So, I'm going to turn it over to some of the coaches and see if they can kind of chime in a little bit. But from my left, we have Coach Sam, Coach Nellie, and Coach Kristen. And if you guys wouldn't mind just briefly kind of telling us, I'm just really kind of curious why you guys put this effort forward and do this. You volunteer all this time to yourselves.
Yeah, for the main reason is we have a group of girls who just love to play ice hockey, and we want to give them opportunities to keep playing with their friends through the summer. And as far as we know, we're the only all-girls camp that runs in the state of Georgia. And so we're really excited that we get to have about 25 girls for the next couple of days come play ice hockey on the ice. And we'll do some off-ice activities as well to improve their off-ice strength and power and performance.
For us, it's really a big part about giving back to the youth girls, particularly in hockey, because of the experiences and the lessons that we learned because of youth sports, particularly hockey for us. Coach Kristen didn't have a chance to play as a younger individual. She wants to create those opportunities for these youth in this area where it's really underserved in the female market.
Well, you guys are doing an incredible job. And I was out at the Cooler yesterday with you guys at the first day of the camp, and I was just completely impressed by the work you guys put with these kids. This isn't anything taken lightly. Even the parents are coming out, bringing their kids in, watching, and it's just a great event. And I don't know if I've never met anybody like you guys. None of you guys have kids of your own, and to volunteer your time like that and give back is something we don't see a lot of these days. And it's just very impressive. And I'm glad to see you guys are out there doing it.
And now you guys have some of your players there with you in the locker room, right? Or you get a chance to meet some of them?
Yeah, we just got off the ice, and so they're still in their gear. We're outside of the locker room, and just want to bring them on and talk to them a little bit.
Yeah, let's bring them on and introduce them.
All right, awesome. So first up, we have this young lady.
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I am doing good. How are you, sir?
Good. And what's your name?
I am Grace Allen.
All right. Why don't you tell us about your experience today?
It was a very fun experience. I enjoy what they teach, and overall, they're probably one of the best girl hockey camps I've ever been to.
Wow. That's amazing. What's your favorite part about being on the ice out there today?
Your favorite thing about being on the ice today?
Yesterday was my favorite thing that we did was a little thing like a tug of war challenge. That was fun. And today my favorite was to do basically everything. Everything was really fun.
Okay.
But I really liked when we did a toe drag mohawk and a quick release. That was really fun for me to do.
And if you don't mind me cutting in real quick, Grace, I've actually recognized you. You play with them from time to time on the Lady Thrashers team, and I've seen you out there, and your mother always accompanies, and she's extremely supportive of you. So anyways, just wanted to throw that in there.
That's awesome.
I've seen you out there with them before.
One of our newer players, Eric.
I'm sorry?
Grace is one of the newer players that we have.
Okay.
She has a first experience this weekend.
All right. That's awesome.
Yeah, you're thinking about one of the other players that we have.
Okay.
Similar
Well, I apologize, but you need to go out there and play with them. Yeah.
All right. Who's up next? Thank you so much. It's very nice to meet you, and I'm glad to see you smiling and happy. That's awesome.
All right, next up, we have Ori Weidman.
All right. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you so much for doing an interview with us. You guys look like you're doing a great job on the ice today. Just wanted to ask you, what was your favorite part about the camp so far?
My favorite part, it's not so much like on ice related. It's the fact that we have like newer kids like joining, and it's just like I'm really happy to see the girls program growing.
Oh, that's
Ori's
amazing.
been with for a few years, and so she's seen the program grow.
Mm-hmm.
And best part about Ori is she's always willing to help out wherever needed, and she helps out the young ones to get comfortable and make sure that they're taken care of. So she's definitely a leader on our team.
Oh, that is fantastic. That's great. Yeah. And now, where do you want to be, say, in 5 years? Are you looking to continue playing hockey? Or are you going to play hockey in college? Or are you going to go all the way to the NHL and be the first lady playing in the NHL? What's your plan?
Being first not in the NHL would be nice. I'm not necessarily sure what I want to be in my future, but I do know I want to stick to hockey. And college hockey is an option. I would love to do that.
I'm going to plug Ori for a quick second. Ori is wearing a jersey that is the Nashville team, and that's the junior Predators that they play out of Nashville, and that's a level up from what the junior Thrashers play at. And Ori made it last year, and she made that team again this year. And her growth is just been amazing to see the last couple of years, and she's been working really hard to whatever goal she wants to get to. We know she'll get there.
Oh, wow. That is absolutely amazing. Congratulations. That's great. All right.
Thank you, Ori.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Who's up next?
Hey, Coach Kristen here. This is Olivia McNally.
Hello. How are you, Olivia?
Good.
All right. You look like you really had some fun out there.
Yeah.
All right. What's your favorite part of camp?
Probably my favorite part of this camp is going outside and getting to meet new people, because there's so many different people. Like, they have different interactions, so you meet them in different ways, so you understand them more, especially with this program.
Oh, that is fantastic. And now, do you play in the games? Like, what position do you play?
I'll play forward. I will play deep. I'll play winger and center.
Oh, fantastic. That's awesome. Don't you think this is just a great program?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Thank you so much for coming on camera with us. We really appreciate it. I guess if we could have our coaches come back in with everybody, we'll give you guys a chance to just kind maybe do a plug for Strong Performance. We're so excited that Strong Performance was our sponsor for today. And that just kind of, I guess the planets aligned extremely well for us. So tell us about Strong Performance and tell us what makes it so unique.
So what makes Strong Performance unique is ultimately it's the background that Coach Sam and myself started Strong Performance Chiropractic because of the different backgrounds we have in sports. And so we bring a performance aspect to chiropractic care that makes it about ultimately getting the most out of your strength and out of your health so that you can accomplish the things that you want to do in life. And so we bring that part to the Lady Thrashers organization, along with Coach Kristen, who also has that background in performance and ultimately helping to develop and optimize skill, not only on the ice, but also off the ice, and really creating a cohesive combination between the two programs.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We work with the general public, but we also dedicate a lot of our time to the youth and youth athletes to help them build as strong as possible the foundational movements. And we can find different patterns that we see that could help relate to their performance on the ice, on the field, on the court. And then also a big part of that is injury prevention and confidence. We really try to encourage all of our athletes to come through and ultimately learn and help perform as best as possible in the goals that they want to achieve.
Well, that's fantastic. I can tell everybody watching, I can tell you from personal experience, I crawled into Strong Performance, and I get a little busy. They get on me sometimes about my appointments, and thank you for that. But I am sitting here today for a very long time because they helped me in an extraordinary way after a car accident. So it's not just athletes for them. They help old dinosaurs like me too. And I want to thank you guys for that. Everyone, if you're watching, go ahead and tell us what your website is. It's SPC ATL, right?
Yeah, SPCATL.com.
So everybody make sure you go out to SPCATL.com, watch the media, take down the contact information. If you need some help in terms of physical therapy and performance support, please go out there to SPCATL.com. I want to thank all of you guys so very much. Is there anything else you want to share with our viewers?
Yes, I do. One last thing, we do virtuals as well. So if there's some people that aren't in Alpharetta, Johns Creek, Roswell area, we do virtuals as well, and that would be performance-based. Obviously, no chiropractic involved with that, but we do training and movement development from there as well.
That's great. That's amazing. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for being on the Halftime Youth Sports Network. I think this was so awesome. We need to have them on again.
I think we got to have them on.
We got to do it. You guys going to come back for us?
Absolutely.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Have a great day, and we'll see you again back here soon.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
All right.
Good job, guys.
All right. So that's it for our show. I think it was great, man. Thank you for a wonderful show. Listen, guys, Halftime Youth Sports Network is all about highlighting our youth. Go to the website, hysn.tv. Check it out. Go to our snitching report. We have a self-snitching report where kids can go on and say, hey, I'm a superstar in my neighborhood, on my team. I know what I'm doing. I'm like Michael Jordan, you know what I mean? And you need to put me on your show. And that's how kids actually get on the Halftime Youth Sports Network. Right. We've got a great show coming up. It's going to be all about football. And like we talked about before, we're going to have Trey Lawrence on, and he's doing big things here in Atlanta. Keep watching the Halftime Youth Sports Network. Please go out to our community partner, Homeland Security Foundation of America, at www.hsfamerica.org. Go to the donate page, find Halftime Youth Sports Network, make a donation so we can keep supporting this program, keep it on the air, and keep supporting all these youths that we are looking to highlight. Anything else you want to share with everybody?
No, it was great this morning being with you. And I'm glad you invited me on. And thanks for everybody for listening to all my babble about the NHL and the hockey and its history.
No, we're going to
have a good time.
We're going to get you back in here. I don't know why he's talking like he's not going to do this again. You're totally doing it again, man. You were great.
Yes, I'm doing.
All right, let's do it.
Do it.
All right, guys. Everybody have a great day out there. We'll see you next time on the Halftime News Sports Network.